Hi, witches, blessed be. This is WhiteRaven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. How are you, witches? Today I have a topic of conversation that to me is fascinating. Sometimes I go into these rabbit holes and I learn things that I need to share with you. And today we're going to be talking about coffin nails. I'm going to share with you some of the things that I learned. So if this is something that interests you, stick around because it's coming up right now. Welcome, witches. Thank you for having me here in front of you on yet another Monday. If you're new, please make sure to stick around, subscribe to the channel. But today I'm so excited to share this video with you because it's something that I haven't talked to you guys about before and it's about time. So I'm super excited to talk to you about the coffin nails. So coffin nails, witches. Let's start with coffin, witches. What are coffins? So coffins have been used throughout millennia to bury people. And in our time, we recognize coffins as wooden box with 6 sides, right? Right. You probably have seen them in the Wild Wild West movie, in the cowboy movies, and also in some historical pictures from at least 1800s and before. And it was right about the Civil War, at least in the United States, when coffins were retired. And people started using the most aesthetically pleasing and the most elegant, maybe luxurious casket. See, people wanted to change the perspective of death. Coffins will represent death as something final and so tragic. So they were trying to change the perspective that people have upon this, and they created these beautiful, super elaborated and elegant caskets, which is what we use nowadays. Now, the word coffin and casket is used interchangeably. I think that's how you say it. So nowadays we also refer to the coffin as casket, and it's accepted. All right. So now, witches, these coffins were held together by nails. And these nails nowadays are called coffin nails. And like many other things throughout history, coffin nails found themselves very useful in the workings of magic. Now think about that, which I want to talk to you about nails a little bit because I went into, I'm telling you, this rabbit hole and I tried to learn everything about nails. I went to a website called InspectApedia, and over here I learned about the chronological history of nails. If you have the time, I'm going to link this in the description of the video. This has nothing to do with magic, but it has a lot to do with the history of nails because I want you to understand the importance that nails had throughout our lives, for our development, for our construction. So nowadays we see nails and we kick them, we throw them in the trash can because they're all over the place. But witches, there was a time in which nails were forged by blacksmiths. And there were not a lot of nails out there. And you know how important, nowadays we just take them for granted, right? You nail stuff and you hammer stuff in the wall. Our whole foundation of my house, for example, in your house and everybody else's house is built with nails. So there's a lot of energy and a lot of history and a lot of importance on a nail. And now we find ourselves with this amazing magical ingredient that is a coffin nail. But why a coffin nail? Well, coffin nails have been closely linked to death. So whenever we are working with coffin nails, we are contracting, we are hiring, we are using the help of the dead to assist us with our magic. Now, let's be a little bit logical over here. I got myself some coffin nails from a metaphysical store. I'm not going to mention any type of metaphysical store. I'm going to show them to you, which is, they're going to look something like this. And this is what we call nowadays trimming nails, right? Logic should tell you, witch, that nowadays to find coffin nails is not only unethical, but it's extremely hard and very rare because coffins in the United States were completely obsolete in the middle late 1800s, at least over here in the United States. So if you find people out there telling you that they're selling coffin nails, chances are they are not coffin nails. Now, these ones over here not only are not coffin nails, but they don't even look like the coffin nails that they used to use back in the time. Coffin nails are square-headed nails, and these are the ones that we know nowadays as masonry nails. I'm going to show you. coffin nails used to look something like this, witches. Now this one in particular is 1.5 inches long, and that was typically the measurement of a coffin nail. So how do we use coffin nails in our magic? Coffin nails are usually used for baneful magic, like for example, hexes and curses, to literally put a nail in somebody's coffin. Like, think about that. For illness, for insanity, for revenge and destructive magic. And again, the basic idea is by using nails in our baneful magic, we are going to be using in turn the assistance of the dead for your endeavors. Now, having said that, witches, coffin nails are also used for positive magic. Just the simple fact that these nails are made out of iron, you can use them for protection magic. You can use it for breaking curses, reversing curses, break addictions. I shared many years ago a video here with you guys on how to break an addiction with a nail. I'm going to link that video in the description of the video. Make sure you use a coffin nail when you do that spell. You can get rid of evil with coffin nails. The only thing that you have to do is to make them into a cross, just like this one. And you can hang them by your windows. You can also hammer coffin nails in the corners of your house, by your door frames, by your windowsills, to keep money inside the house. You can anchor things, projects, goals. You can anchor a lover. If your husband likes to just stray and just leave, you can anchor your husband with coffin nails. You can anchor any spells. They're awesome to empower your magical workings. They also serve as amulet for good luck, for example. I'm going to share one with you pretty soon. So now we discussed that coffins have been obsolete since the late 1800s. So it's nearly impossible and extremely rare to get any coffin nails. So how do we make them? It's simple, witches. In order for you to do coffin nails, you must bury your masonry nails inside a jar with cemetery dirt. If you have the luxury and the ability to actually bury these nails in the cemetery, even better. But nowadays, it's very hard to do that too. So what you can do, you can get some cemetery dirt and bury your nails inside that dirt. You want to keep those nails inside that dirt as much as you can, but at least minimum 9 nights. General cemetery dirt, meaning dirt from the grounds of the cemetery, not necessarily from a particular tomb, can be charged with your intentions. Now, if you want a specific magic, then you're going to be grabbing the dirt of a specific tomb. So if you want protection, then you get the dirt from the tomb of a soldier. If you want something darker, then you can get dirt from the tomb of a criminal. If you want love, then you can get the dirt from the tomb of a loved one. If you want fame, the tomb of an artist. If you want health, the tomb of a doctor, and so on and so forth. And that's how you're going to create your coffin nails. You make sure you grab that dirt, you put your coffin nails inside that dirt, and you at least minimum let those nails stay inside that dirt for at least, which is 9 nights. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some good spells and some not so good spells for you to use your coffin nails. So without further ado, let's get into the spell. Okay, which is the first thing that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share a hex to drive your enemy mad. There's some people out there, a lot of narcissistic people out there specifically, gaslighting you all the time. They always want to make you feel like you're the crazy one. You know what? We can return that little favor back to these evildoers. The first spell or hex that I'm going to share with you is going to be for you to drive a person mad. And what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to put a coffin nail. I already prepared my coffin nail. It's been in the dirt and whatnot. You're going to put it in a container and you're going to add some black art oil. And you want to cover that nail with your black art oil. And then on the first evening of your full moon, which is you are going to put this outside under the moon. And you're going to repeat that for 9 consecutive nights. Once you have that nail, which is ready to go, it's been outside for the night, consecutive nights, you're going to make a voodoo doll. This particular case, I'm going to be doing this with Play-Doh. I suggest for you to do this voodoo doll in something malleable like this. You can use flour with water, you can use wax, you can do Play-Doh, you can do clay, you can do the air dry clay. Needless to say, witches, you know that when you're doing a voodoo doll, the voodoo doll has to have the tag logs of the person that you are working. It doesn't have to be very elaborated as long as you have the tag logs of the person that you're working. Voodoo dolls don't have to be something super elaborated. But now that we have our voodoo doll already made over here, we are going to grab our coffin nail that has been bathing under the moon, under the black arts oil, and with all your intentions, which is you are going to pierce your enemy's head with the nail. You're going to empower this, and we are going to make this person absolutely mad, crazy, a lunatic. Once you finish with your spell, witch, this needs to be buried away from you. This next spell is for you to get rid of someone that is driving you insane. This is a great spell to get rid of bad neighbors, for example. This is what you want to do. So make sure that once you have your coffin nails prepared, you're going to get 9 of them. You're also going to have some banishing powder. You're going to have some double cross oil and some cemetery dirt. You're going to have 9 different baggies. And in each bag, we're going to put our nails. Once you have your 9 baggies with your coffin nails, we're going to open our powders and our oil. And you are going to sprinkle inside the bag some cemetery dirt, some vanishing powder, and a little drop of double cross. You want everything to mix together. It's going to look something like that. And so we're going to do that to every single bag. Once you have your 9 bags with your cemetery dirt, your banishing powder, your double cross oil, and your coffin nails, witches, you are going to empower this, and you are going to chant your petition. Your petition is going to be made according to what you need. You can request for your neighbor so and so, move away from me, let me be at peace, get away and never come back. And what you're going to do every night, and this is going to be the hard part because trust me, I know, but every night you must walk in front of your neighbor's house and discreetly drop the contents of this packet wherever you think that your neighbor is going to walk. And now, a lot of people ask me, WhiteRaven, what if there's a lot of people living in the house and I just want this one particular person to leave? Then you want to make sure that when you're charging these bags, witches, you name them with the name of your target. If you cannot do that, then this particular spell is not for you. Now, witches, this following spell is for positive magic. This is going to be for health. I don't know if you guys have seen ever what milagros are. These are Mexican milagros. This one is in the shape of lungs. These are lungs, as you can see. Hopefully you get to see that. I love Mexican milagros because they come in the shape of body parts. In this particular case, we have the lungs. Milagros means miracle. When I want healing for the lungs, for example, I'm going to be using the lungs charms. In a brown paper, you are going to write your petition. You are going to fold this paper. There's no oil needed in here. We're going to put the coffin nail, your milagro, and a piece of angelica root. If you don't have the whole piece of angelica root, you can use just powder angelica root, chunky, whatever it is. If you can get a red leather bag, get one. If you don't, just make one yourself. You can give this to the person that is sick. You can do that, or just put this around where they sleep. And there you go. This is a healing charm bag with a coffin nail. For protection, I already told you that you can make a cross with your nails and you can hang them in your windows, or you can also carry this in a brown paper in your pocket. This is going to keep you safe for any hex thrown at you, any evil coming your way, any nasty energies coming your way. Last, witches, if you want good luck when you go to a casino, for example, or you're going to play any type of luck games, make sure to have your coffin nail in some just paper money. If you have a little horseshoe charms, this is why I love charms so much, and this is why I send you charms all the time, because I love charms. They're so symbolic to me. Put your horseshoe and your money charm in your ancestral money or just paper money, and you can put just a little bit of Lady Luck, for example, or any luck oil that you may have, and do your little packet. You want to carry this with you. Usually I put my charms in my bra, that's the truth, but you can also carry this in your pocket, guys, and whenever you are going to go play in the casino or you need some luck, make sure to rub it once in a while, all right? There you go, witches. These are very simple spells and curses that you can do utilizing your homemade coffin nails. Other than that, good luck. And that's it, witches. Knowledge is power. The more we learn and the more we connect with the things that we are doing in magic, the more power we put behind our intentions. The more you know about the things that you are using when you're performing magic, the more seasoning that you're going to add to your magic. Don't stop learning. This is why magic, witches, is a non-stop learning process. Make sure that you learn as much as you can about what you're doing and the ingredients and all the elements on your spell. Thank you so very much for being here with me today. Remember to go visit my website, WhiteRaven and witcheslayer.com. If you have any questions, email me at layerofthewitch@yahoo.com. I am in Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Go say hi. And other than that, witches, please remember, you must be so very smart. Learn. Don't get yourself tricked. These are not coffin nails. You can make your own. Stay very, very smart. But above all, witches, stay wicked.